everyone, good morning. It's Monica with Scrap Saturdays. Today I'm going to be doing sketch number 14. I kind of did this one on the fly. I'm going to be using Technique Tuesday stamps, and these are called So Totally Happy by Ali Edwards. And I have already kind of started. Just kind of prepared. My photo was a 4x6 and I just cut it down to roughly 4x4 just to bring the focus into my kid's face. And I love this picture. It's of my two kids, and I believe it was my son's birthday and they were just giving each other a hug. Yes, this is for photo purposes only. My kids are as normal as everybody else's kids, but I do teach them to love each other. But it doesn't always happen. I guess it's normal, right? So I'm going to start off by using my corner chomper here. And I'm using the ticket stub. And it's only to bring a little bit more interest because I don't think I'm going to be adding too many layers to this. And it was just to bring a little bit more of a decorative edge to that. Just not to leave it so plain. I didn't put anything down on that sketch as far as embellishment goes. I think I'm just going to do that part on the fly. I just sort of had the base idea of, you know, wanting to do the stamping. So I knew that for sure. I never put these down straight, you know. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to temporarily just stick my photo down just with a smidget of adhesive, just so that I know roughly where I want it to be. And then I'm gonna have fun just laying these down. Kind of making, like, I guess just work with me here. I'm trying to make sort of like a circle around the picture, like all the arrows are going to be pointing towards the picture. I think that makes sense, right? There we go. Just using the larger ones. To make that whole, there we go. I believe that's what I wanted to do. Now, does it matter that the word is sideways? No, it doesn't. And so, do I want to use that one there like that? Yep, so I think that's what I wanted. I just got a little bit confused with some of the arrows, and I know you can't really see it, but you sort of can get the gist of what I wanted to do. And then I'm going to stamp that with some embossing powder. I'm still thinking out loud here, sorry. You know when I pause. Alright, so love these moments. I think I'm going to sneak this one in here, like that. That's okay. I'm not too sure about this one. All right. So I believe that's how I want to do it. And now I'm not going to make you sit through watching me stamp it and emboss it, and I will be right back. All right, so now I'm done. Ta-da! So there's always a fine line for me with embossing or stamping. I wanted it to be shiny with the embossing part and more permanent, and I think on camera it looks better. It's one of those weird, you know how everyone who says if you could see their layout in person that it looks better in person than it does on camera? I think this is the reverse. As I'm looking at my viewfinder, it looks good, but I don't like the warpness of my paper. I think you can see that. Right? And I don't have an embossing buddy or anything like that. I could have used a dryer sheet, really. I don't like making excuses, but there's a little bit of residue left. But I do like the overall thing. I don't know if my recording just stopped. I'm sorry. We'll keep going. I hope that it did capture that. If not, we were just layering down some arrows and some hearts and stuff. And now I am going to have to, or I want to, layer up underneath my photo. And so I'm just going to my favorite paper pad here. And I think that this is in the same kind of tones, or at least has some neutral stuff that I can use. And I'm going to be cutting down most of it anyhow, so it's really just to layer up the paper. Okay. And I think we all kind of have that go-to style, the one that makes you the most happy. And for me, you know, it's layering my papers. I don't know why, it just is. I like to make my pictures the focus of my projects. So I always want you to always have your attention to the photo first. And then I want you to ooh and ah over everything else. And I think I accomplished that pretty well. Like, I think as I move back some of these, and I'm gonna lose out on that one, but these ones move nicely. They're forgiving, yay! I want to keep that so love this moment. It's more important to me than some of these lower ones, just because I truly so love this moment. Okay, and so that's enough of a layer for me for now. I'll keep the rest of these for other stuff. And I know you guys are so awesome out there at, you know, keeping or cutting out the backs of your paper and using it so well. And honestly, that's awesome. I think you guys are awesome for doing that. I like the thickness of the paper behind there. I like structure to the page. Not to say that your pages don't have that, but I like knowing that there's a full sheet of paper behind there. I know it's a weird thing, but I've seen so many out there who use their paper so wisely, and I think that's awesome. But I know I'm not a wise paper user. All right, so I think this photo needs a little bit more, because all I had put was just that little lick of whatever underneath there. Okay, and then as per my normal usual, again, if it's a good recipe and it's tried, tested, and true, there's no reason not to redo it, because it makes the family happy, and mommy loves doing the same thing over. When people are happy, then do it. So I always use my raised corner effect when I do, and it kind of actually, as I'm seeing it now, helps these arrows stand out a little bit more, and I'm loving it more. You know, at first when I emboss it, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm like, before I turn the camera on, I gotta really think, you know, I have to be honest. I'm not sure I'm liking it, you know, because of the embossed part. But now that I'm onto it, I'm loving it. All right, so bring in some of these circle elements, and again, I usually put them on foam dots as I wrestle with this one now. Okay, let's try that again. I usually put it on foam dots and then leave the backing on there so that I can play with the position as I feel I want to. I'm going to put it there. Nope, nothing else there. That's so cute. It's got an arrow. Should I switch it out for this? And then put this arrow here. Wow, it's so sticky that I can't even play with it. Okay, just gonna leave it there, and if I really like it, I'll tuck it in more. It's one of those things, right? Where these are not gonna turn out the way I wanted to. It's what I said once before, right? Not every layout's gonna be a rock star layout, and that's okay. As long as you're still having fun. All right, what do I want to use here? Moments here. Photo notes. Ooh, it's another arrow. Just when you thought I couldn't add any more arrows. All right, I'm liking that. Liking it, liking it, liking it. Top favorite. I've already used this one before. Awesome. Notes from today. Nope. Okay. No. That's good. All right. So I'm just gonna stick this down. And with this glue, I just have to be way more patient because it's not gonna give me what I need. I mean, I like it, but it's not my 100% favorite. I keep forgetting that it's not an instant type glue. And from the way I scrap, I guess you can tell I love the instant gratification of an instant glue. Do you know what I mean? Like just instantly sticking to everything, instantly sticking and drying, instantly drying. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. But I did notice one thing that I really like about this glue is that when I do glue something down and I move it, it's not noticeable once it completely dries. So maybe it moves too much while I'm working with it, but after it permanently does dry, it doesn't leave too much of a residue on your page, so your movement, or even if you have a boo-boo, let's just say, isn't as noticeable. It's not the kind of glue that's totally gonna show up like some of the glue would show, like what you were doing. All right, so I'm liking it better and better as we go along. And as you know, this is always the fun part, when you get to play with embellishments and go for it. And I kind of came up, this is like, I just came up with this idea as I was sitting here. I didn't know where I wanted to go or what my direction for this page was. So I'm actually really impressed that it turned out better than what I thought. But I wasn't prepared. I didn't completely have a recipe. I kind of had to play with what I had on hand. Okay, so this is where we are so far. Even though I know it's a busy page, like it looks like there's so much going on, it's actually awesome. Like it's not too crazy. Does that make sense? We need to get a two-way speaker thing going here. I think it makes sense, right? All right. I don't think I have anything else that I want to add. There's just some globe. There's some wood veneer, heart. Now, all right. So I think that's it. I think we're good. Yeah. I don't know, I was thinking I was looking for a paper clip, as there is one here on my desk from something that I don't know. Let's flip it around. Just for a little added texture. Perfect. I was going to use the stamp from Amy Tangerine and kind of put it as an embellishment, but I changed my mind. I think it looks fabulous. And so I believe there's an arrow. And that was the date. And I'm just gonna stamp it. I don't know how much you missed, but I added that yellow paper clip. I don't have my timer with me today. It's a sad but true story. Didn't really come into my craft room to craft today. I just kind of came in to see where I was, how I was doing. And so just adding the date stamp here randomly. Oh, that's good, that's good. And I'm trying out the Memento instead of my, I think I lent it to my sister, the Tuxedo Black ink, the VersaFine. I think I like my VersaFine better. Stick something up there. Yes, I am. All right. This is one upside down video, but nope, the point is I promised you a video on Saturdays, and so this is what you get. Sometimes they're good and full of great advice and fun, and sometimes they're like this, unsure, real, hardcore. This is what I go through in my craft room. I think it's probably one of my favorite things about doing it live is that I know sometimes it's going to be a little bit more raw And sometimes it's exciting and sometimes it's nerve-wracking because I feel so bad. You're probably shouting at me on the other end, aren't you? Anyhow, I love it. I love the way it turned out, to be honest. I think it's better than whatnot. I think after the camera stops, I'm going to go around these edges with a fine black marker just to line in the edges. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see that. And then I'm just going to kind of go around it very carefully and outline it, just because these stamps kind of give it that rough, I've been writing on this kind of thing. But I love it. I love the way that it turned out. You know how my pictures are. They're usually and generally come out like this, where my layering always happens with the photo. I love this flare badge up there. I love these sheep tag things. They're making me so happy. Like, I feel like I should add another one somewhere here. But they're great. They're cute. Really, really like that. So yeah, sometimes scrapbooking, you just have to go with it. Let's just say. I think I had the camera turned off for maybe half an hour longer, and I was really, really thinking about, you know, starting over. And so I'm kind of glad that I came back, even though I'm unsure and I didn't know if I really, you know, it's missing a little something here, no? No. I get distracted. But I think in the end, as long as I stay true to my style, and that was the point of what I wanted to say before when I was continuing, when I, you know, told myself to stick with it and turned on the camera, was that sometimes as long as we stay true to our style, then you can pull it through. But at the same time, I tried something completely different and it didn't turn out that bad, right? It's a pretty different, unique layout that I don't have in my scrapbook. And I love it because this is, you know, this reflects what my kids are all about. And I love the Technique Tuesday stamps. Originally, I think I was gonna do a more, as my stamps are all stuck there. I was gonna do a more, you know, lovey-dovey type, you know, her more, I love you so much, this, that. But I thought it was too frou-frou for my kids. I think they needed a more silly type stamp, and these ones just came in awesome. I used this Stampedius Pearl Luster embossing powder, and I don't even know what color it is. It just says opaque. So it's not like a black fine detail one, so I'm sure if you have a black detailed one, you could get a better image with that. You could do whatever you want, and even if you probably stamped with a different type ink in black to begin with, because I've seen a lot of you on YouTube do that, and you get a truer, better color. So anyhow, yeah, my throat's going. It's late at night. I just snuck up here to, I don't know, fool around, and this is what I came up with. I finished just kind of sketching that out and I put it to paper, and this is what I came up with. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're enjoying playing along with me. I'm so excited to do these with you. Let me know. Let me know how things are going. And thank you so much to everyone who subscribes. Just for everyone who makes a video. All of you out there, you know who you are. We're an awesome community, and I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for sticking through. One photo next Saturday. We got this. Thanks so much for watching.